Hey, well, I wanted to use this little video to talk about a upcoming change to my YouTube channel. I created this channel a few years ago, um, and I created it for two basic reasons because they were like these two topics that were really important to me that I wanted to broach. And the first one was like what it's like to be an INFP and how we as INFPs relate to other personality types. Because that's a really interesting topic to me. And then, secondly, the second one was because I'm a writer, so I wanted to talk about writing and share like advice or suggestions or just my experience as a writer with other people who are interested in writing. And those two topics are still really important to me. But I did create this channel years ago, and my life has changed. I've changed a lot since then. Um, One of the major changes is that I've been like diagnosed with some pretty serious chronic illnesses that have completely upended my entire life. I had to leave a career behind. Like I had gotten into journalism, and it it was too much for me to handle after like my illnesses started to kind of wreak havoc on my life. So I had to leave that behind and figure out how I'm going to sustain myself financially. Um, and also, it's changed my everyday life, like the energy levels that I have, what I can eat, what I can't eat. Um, so there are so many other things that are happening in my life, a lot of them related to that, that are kind of more important, I guess, now. Yeah, they're more important than I guess you could say they're taking precedence over other things in my life. Sorry for stumbling over my words so much. So since that's the case, I kind of wanted to change this YouTube channel a little bit and open it up to show more of my everyday life. Um, to kind of show, since I'm a person who has to be very careful about what they eat, which I'm not always, but I'm supposed to be, I would like to maybe show what I do eat, like the foods that I cook, because I'm sure there are other people out there who can relate to what it's like to be a type 1 diabetic who is diagnosed as an adult, which is really weird, um, with massive thyroid problems and celiac disease, so you can't eat gluten, but that really restricts your diet. And if you're vegetarian or vegan, that's another restriction. So, my point in all of this rambling is to say that I would like to show more like what I eat, and also how I navigate the varying energy levels that I have every day based on whatever's happening with my body on that particular day. Um, because I think a lot of people, I know when I was first diagnosed with all this stuff, I didn't realize how much it affected your everyday life. And I think a person who definitely doesn't really have these illnesses might not know anything about how much it impacts your ability just to walk through a window of 24 hours because some days you can't walk. um, so I would like to maybe open it up and kind of show that a little bit more, just be very honest about what it's like. And also the financial aspect, because if you think you're healthy and you start down one career path and it's kind of a tough one, but then all of a sudden you're diagnosed with all this crazy stuff that's also crazy expensive to to live with. Your career gets kind of taken away because you can't manage it anymore, and you have to figure out how to survive financially. So I wanted to kind of maybe open this channel up to that as well and show what I do to make money as an entrepreneur, or what I'm attempting to do to make money as an entrepreneur. So I guess that's basically the point. I just kind of wanted to open the channel up to showcase more of my everyday life. And I do, of course, still want to talk about what it's like to be an INFP because I still think that's a really interesting topic. And also still talk about writerly things. Um, and yeah, I guess that's just what this video is, to kind of let you know that because, life is an ever-changing thing. It's not something that's still or that stays the same. So this YouTube channel, much like that, much like life, is going to kind of change a little bit. At least that's my goal. That's the hope. So thank you so much for sticking it out with me and putting up with my sometimes really weird or poorly lit videos. And I hope you'll stay with me on this journey and that we can, encourage each other because life can be really tough. But hopefully we can use the internets for good to help like build each other up and encourage each other. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Would you like to write and publish a book? You can do that, and I'd love to show you how. My name is Paula L. Jones, and I've published 23 books in the last decade. Most of my books were published using free tools provided by major sites like Amazon and Canva. Take my online course to learn how I did it. Visit writeyournovelnow.weebly.com to learn more about the online course that will lead you to writing and publishing your very first book.